Well, today we're at the Great Race. I'm at the Alfred State College in Wellsville, New York, and we're waiting for the Great Race cars to come in for a lunch stop. And I drove my Model A truck down here. We're going to take a look at the cars, I guess.
I know our time is limited, right?
We got a car show here. Everybody came down. It's about an hour and a half from my house to get here. And the Great Race cars should be here at any time. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the cars that are in the parking lot here while we're right here. And we'll see if we see anybody we know.
Yeah. Okay.
He said it doesn't have as much room as this one does. But it's like... I crashed for 3 days about that comic box. I can hear it after
Buzzing doesn't it? Yeah.
Trying to think of the
Yeah. No turbo.
Yeah. What do I see in here? That's the carburetor way down there.
Yeah. Coming uphill.
What's that thing?
I haven't tried yet, but it's not too hard. Jet.
379.
Great.
I see it in different kinds. At least they managed through them. Now where are all the race cars? No, it's a nice bomb. He's supposed to shift it. One of them bombs. I'm almost thinking something. Yeah, they've got a there.
Oh, yep, there's a yellow one and an orange. That is orange.
That is a
And all the white
Sales was
posters.
on Union Road, but that place was Maryland.
Waiting for the cars to come in here. They should be here anytime. It's about 12:20, and first one should be rolling in.
New York. Now, speaking of Western New York, pretty clearly anyone will tell you that the best part of Western New York is right here in Allegheny County. Invest in young people's lives, take them across America, join the circus with us, and it really makes a huge impact, not only in the hobby, which the company I work for is in aftermarket parts for collector cars. So it is a business move for us, of course, but it's all about people, right? And investing in young people is just paramount, right? To the continuation and preservation of historical pieces and the art and the lifestyle and I don't get to sell that hard to you guys. You've already done that. So, and Mike played a huge role in that, and I really enjoyed carnival barking all across America, talking about Alfred State, and I certainly did. And their wild truck, it's over here behind me, right? The Power Wagon Wrecker, New York State Service vehicle. Anyway, so I don't have to hard sell X-Cup to you, so we'll fast forward to the festivities. Before we get going, Mr. Jeff Stum, the director of the Great Race, works on 2 or 3 races at a time. It takes about 2.5 years of a run-up for a course event. He's worked hard to get us here on a beautiful route this year. Jeff Stum, would you like to say a few words?
Hey, it's just great to be here to show off to all of you and to our racers who are from all around the world that know Alfred State from this X-Cup team that's been in the event about 5 times in the last 7-8 years. And they're just so excited to be able to share that with them. Got some guests here too I want to say hello to. Jim Sandoro and Bob North from Buffalo, from the Pierce Arrow Museum. If you've never been to the Pierce Arrow Museum in Buffalo, you need to do that. It is a spectacular place, and that city is very, very lucky to have that great facility there. Very nice. Thank you all for coming. And park this thing, Jimmy. Stay a while. 13 races for Jim. He did the race last year and again this year with his daughter, Kaylee, recent graduate from the Savannah College of Art and Design, promising creative career out in front of her. That's a prestigious school down in our neck of the woods. I don't know if you could tell already, but I'm not from here. In a 1930 Ford Speedster, Keith Wallace. Navigator Rick McIntosh out of Lockport, New York. How's your day, boys? Outstanding. What a beautiful car. A little Model A derived speedster body car here. The Riley Ford. 4th great race for this team. Keith and Rick, welcome. Jason, I also want to point out Brent Palio over here. He was part of that team in 2018, was one of the co-drivers, and they won the Sportsman Division that year. Sean Letnick out of Jacksonville, Florida is the driver. Hailing from St. Augustine, Mr. Harvey Lednick, his navigator, 1966 Mercury Comet Cyclone. Very nice car in their 4th great race together, father and son team. So where did Mike Ronan go? That is a 1951 Dodge Power Wagon, your X-Cup vehicle, I believe. Very wild choice. 1967 Pontiac GTO convertible, Mary and Ted Stahl. Mary's the driver, Mr. Ted's the navigator. Welcome to Alfred State, guys. This is the home of the X-Cup team and that cool truck. They've got their old rally truck over there. Come on in, Mary. Ted and Mary Stahl are not only sponsors of the Great Race, they're tremendous supporters. They bring their entire family, field 5 cars every year. They love great racing and they love touring across America. Speaking of Stalls, Brett Stahl out of Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. Navigator, son Noah Stahl. 1941 Packard 120 Coupe convertible. It is supercharged, it's regal, I love it. His father and son team have 9 great races under their belt. Noah is going to McPherson College to major in automotive restoration starting next year. We're pretty proud of that young Noah. Here comes the legend. Way back in 1983, the driver of this car signed up for the first great race, has never missed one since. Curtis Graff out of Irving, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. His experienced navigator, Robert Dingus from Killen, Alabama, 1932 Ford Roadster. Curtis Graff, if you missed it because I was jabbering too fast, never missed a great race in 39 years. He's the Willie Nelson of great race, Jeff. Sportsman, everybody's at Sportsman Division. You are then an expert if you do well. If you win the thing, you're a grand champion. The other division is X-Cup, which you are well familiar with. Prepare your hearts and minds for the rowdiest of the rowdy, a 1918 American LaFrance Speedster, the Wandering Troubadours of Finland. Welcome to Alfred State, Western New York. Jerome Reinen out of Ottertail County, Minnesota. Chris Brungard, his esteemed navigator out of Fargo, North Dakota. It's his homecoming week. Double chain drive, all sorts of demons coming out of these little shorties right here. Love this car. These guys have an excellent time everywhere they go. This is not special effects. This is what happens when you drive a car like this. It's a beast, folks. Jay Ryan and Chris Brungard, 1918 American LaFrance. Bring it on in, boys. What did you say? 1955 Chevrolet 210. It's kind of like a stealth bomber coming behind that one. Navigator Aaron Reed, 1941 Ford pickup truck. These boys are putting on a show this year. They placed a little bit higher every year. I've given them the business that this is their year. They won the first day with a 2-second run. You may not know, but that's really good. He told me yesterday they gave a little bit of it back, but you can get it here today, right, boys? Aaron, come on in. 1941 Ford pickup. Really slick little truck. 1929 Ford Model A Roadster, Taylor and Todd Merrill, the little yellow car there. 15th great race. That car at the end of this year will have gone through every one of the lower 48 states. It's the only car to have done so. 1929 Ford Model A. And behind them of 1948 MGTC. This is a little competition MG. John Laszlo, Dwayne Fielder out of the great state of Pennsylvania in their second great race. Please bring that car in and park it. 1948 MGTC. That is the formula, the original formula for British sports car. Front engine, rear drive, 2 people, manual gearbox. It's hard to believe that MG had that figured out that long ago. I offered this dude $2,500 for his car. He hasn't taken it yet. 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Super Sport, all original car, unrestored. Ken Kiley, Mike Roberts out of the Lone Star state of Texas. Come on in, boys, show it off. Really neat little car. Absolutely perfect in my opinion. 68 Super Sport.
Hey, what are you doing here?
This old truck had a rough time in its early years serving our state's armed forces. Now it gets to do parades and great race. 1952 Dodge M37 military truck, recently featured in Military Vehicles magazine. Rookie team Salvatore Plato Costante out of Marcy, New York is your driver. Samuel Celia out of Whitesboro, New York is your navigator. This team last year, they're rookies, but the team that fielded that life out of Corona Del Mar, California. Welcome to Wellsville, New York, Aaron and Brad Kaplan. 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe, husband and wife team. She drives, he's the navigator, so he gets to tell her what to do. 9 days only. It's a limited time offer. Come on in here, show off that cool Mustang. My friends, 2017 Grand Champions. Jody Knowles is your driver out of Tyrone, Georgia. Miss Beth Gentry, his navigator out of Noonan, Georgia. Well, you need a transmission too? You got to double it. You can't find them, grind them. Come on in here, Jody and Beth.
Look at the tires. I wanted to see what kind of it went through already. Look at a great
Minute apart, let me explain to you a little bit about how that goes. They wake up in the morning, they go get their instructions they've never seen before. They're graphic, iconic. It doesn't tell them where to go, except tells you what to do next. Turn or stop or go, speeds, times. 55, Studebaker president, Miss Annegret Reichman, Uli Kamholtz out of Kirkland, Washington. They drove because they're a little road crazy like the rest of us, from Washington State to Rhode Island in this car. 3,100 miles, burned exactly 1 quart of oil. That's legit, right? Now they're doing the great race all the way back to Fargo, North Dakota. By comparison, they will be relatively close to home at that time, and we'll just drive it on back. Come on in, Anna Grant Newley, 1955 Studebaker president, 9th great race in that car, and they almost always drive to the beginning and end. Chevrolet Bel Air, very slick car in their 10th great race together. Beautiful couple, Roger and Esther Shackett out of Coral Springs, Florida. Come on in and show that car off, Roger and Esther. 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, very slick car. Behind them, a couple of sisters making some memories. 1965 Mercury Comet convertible, cool little three-speed on the tree car in their 2nd great race together. Dear old dad came through earlier in the other Comet, Cyclone. Huge clutch throw, got lots and lots of junk. We had a couple of column shift vehicles in our family. All the way from the great state of Maine with the lobster on the door. 1948 Ford 4-door sedan. Ed Chapman out of Auburn, Maine is your driver. Very experienced navigator Guy McDore out of Bath, Maine. Guy started great racing back in the year 2000. This crazy car was found upside down on the side of the road a few years ago. They cleaned it up for America's color. Speedster, talented driver Josh Hall. His world-class navigator Trevor Stahl out of Roanoke, Virginia. Henry Ford's flathead V8 chirping out the back. 7 great races for those boys. I guarantee they're going to be in it for the money this year. They've been much like Eric and Aaron. A 2004 or vintage 2004 Chevy truck, long bed, regular cab, original paint. One of the Stahl family. Young lady in her 2nd great race. She's the navigator, Caitlin Stahl. Her fiance, Dan DiLoretto, out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome to Wellsville, New York. Alfred State crowd here for you all. 1965 Ford Mustang, Team Staloretto, making some memories before they get married. Hopefully they're good ones. So I feel like they stepped their game up with that nice little Falcon. Pretty classy ride here. I'll talk about it coming down the street. 1927 Peerless S60A. What a classic car. Peerless made cars from 1900 to about 1931. Ron Martin out of Tampa, Florida. Navigator Troy Smith out of Hayworth, Illinois is his navigator. Sportsman division competitors. These young ladies here, you talk Beth and Jody in the red 32. This is Beth's girls right here. Come on in, Olivia and Jenna Gentry, killed in action. So they're thinking about their brother, and I didn't know what to say, right? I wasn't even joking. But it's pretty amazing, those boys racing in honor of their brother they lost in the Vietnam War. Memories are strong. 1934 Ford Indy Racer. This is Catfish and Banana navigating. Hey, we got something to talk about. Okay, this car's covered in aces. This is 34 Ford, the Bottom Line Special. You won the day yesterday? That is outstanding. They had lowest score and won the day yesterday. Father and daughter team. He's out of Weeki-Wachee, Florida. She lives in Greenville, South Carolina. Come on in here and show it off. Catfish, Banana, Shanna Banana. Come on in here. Marcus, 32 Ford, 5-window, 2 of the sweetest people on earth, except Gary. Gary Martin out of Simpsonville, Kentucky is your driver. Miss Jean Ann Martin, their navigator. They are expert division competitors, always in the top 5, now always in the top 3. I think rent's about to come due. Beautiful car here, 1917 Hudson Super 6 Speedster. I'm calling it early so you can watch it roll in. Doug Wildrick out of Shelbyville, Indiana. Jesse Jameson out of New Fairfield, Connecticut. This is their 5th great race. This car has done tons of great races before them. Gentleman passed away, and these guys have put this wonderful car, this storied 1917 Hudson back into great race competition. We're grateful to them. You guys having a good day? Outstanding. Come on in here and get some lunch. They have a lovely lunch for you guys. 17 Hudson Super 6. Super cool car here, 1969 Saab model 96. Brian Blood, your driver. Navigator Steve Keller. McLean, Virginia, they call home. 9th grade race in this car. Collection they've gotten. There's your first car leaving. So now we're on the cycle. So ever how long that was is how long it is. 40 minutes. Brad and Dan are driving a legendary race car, and they have so much fun. I always stick the mic in his face. It's a risky move, but he generally has something good to say. What a beautiful car and a beautiful day. Hey, man, thank you all for coming out. I personally have about 20 minutes. We'll turn on some good music. It won't be as boring once I leave. You'll have a little bit of music to listen to. A birthday? Well, I can't sing. You're 29. Susan's birthday today. Somebody go get a cupcake real quick. Happy birthday. Thank you for coming out. We got good seats too, by the way. There's gas in them, so we have to kind of just bear with them as they come in. No matter how long it takes them to get here, their restart time stays the same. Title sponsor of the great race, Hemmings Motor News. This is their corporate entry, the 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle. Your driver, Dylan McCool out of Fayetteville, Tennessee. Roland George out of Shasberry, Vermont is your navigator. They are rookies, but they're not rookies to the old car hobby. This Hemmings team knows what time it is, as you can see by their beautiful Super Sport Chevelle convertible. It's a 396 car, I believe. Second car is pulling out. Yep, thank you, sir. They'll be pulling, thank you for your service. They'll be pulling out of here pretty steady, so what they'll have to do is make sure that if they didn't already refuel, probably 10 or 15 miles out of town, there'll be an instruction on where they restart and go back into a competition timing. You guys have any questions? Anything I can answer about this crazy circus? It's a pretty cool deal. It's basically a bucket list item. It's not particularly cheap to do it all in. I mean, if I'm honest. The entry fee's not ridiculous, but as you can imagine, if you're going to take a support truck and your buddies or your family across the country, thanks to whatever happened, our gas is expensive, but it is a bucket list item. So you can go to Hawaii or you can come make memories on the great race. I can tell you which one will last in your mind the longest. Hey, give it up for a 1916 Chevrolet Baby Grand, beautifully restored car. Not a lot of old Chevrolets out there. My friend, Mr. Ed Habits from Crowley, Louisiana, is your driver. Ken Fredette from Carencro, Louisiana, the navigator. Ed's hometown of Crowley hosted Great Race for lunch, and I hope it's not offensive, but they have the world champion all-time trophy for putting a lunch on the table for great racers. Those Cajun men and women put an amazing lunch together for us a few years ago. Ed and Ken, thank you for bringing this beautiful 1916 Chevrolet. There just are so precious few old Chevrolets running up down the road.
Right there. We go catch it.
Yeah, we'll get out a little bit. It's yeah, I don't know. It's pinging a lot. I had to. Watch out behind you. Careful.
Well, that's going to do it for the lunch stop here at Alfred State College in Wellsville, New York. Got to meet Dylan McCool from YouTube. That's pretty cool. I subscribed to him, and he's got a real neat show going around about old Mopars and cars he's dragged out of Tennessee down there. You can check him out. It's Dylan McCool on YouTube and on Instagram. So that's pretty slick. He was driving the Hemmings convertible big block Chevelle, so I got to talk to him. That was neat. And now I'm going to fire up the Model A shop truck and make it an hour and a half back to my shop, and we'll see what we're working on when we get back. But I hope everybody enjoyed the video of the great race here at Alfred State College in Wellsville, New York. A lot of cool cars, a lot of neat stuff, pretty exciting, and we'll see you again next time when I'm doing something cool, bam, at the Quick Speed Shop.